Hello everybody. Tonight I'll be talking about what does the unconscious mind do for you, or what does your unconscious mind do for you, or the prime directives of the unconscious mind. Some people call the unconscious mind your subconscious. I prefer not to call it the subconscious because it's lowering to be sub. And so I call it the unconscious, which gives it more credit than being sub. Okay, so after this video, you may like your unconscious better because you'll understand and appreciate it better. So some of the things that your unconscious mind does for you: one, it stores memory. It stores temporal in relation to time, as well as atemporal, not in relation to time. So it stores all your memories, whether or not you remember them. It stores it. It also helps to categorize them in your unconscious also. So they're little, I like to think of it as filing cabinets up there in your unconscious, and it files things for you. It also makes association or links similar things and ideas, which makes learning quickly. And so your unconscious mind helps you to learn quicker, which is awesome. It also organizes all your memories. Like I said, it is kind of like those little, that's what I think of is a filing cabinet in your unconscious, and it files things for you. As well as when we're talking about timeline, it also files it according to sometimes time, like it's temporal, and so it files it according to time or not time. So it's interesting how it files it. Then also, I'm going to say 4, it represents or represses memory with unresolved negative emotions. So that's something to remember, that it represses things that you have not yet resolved. And so that's something that I help people with, is to resolve those negative emotions. And I love being able to do that because I know how much it's done for me. It's given me, one, I've told you in a couple other videos ago that I was dealing with a lot of anxiety about going back to work and getting anxious and stressed about having to go back to work because I've been working from home because of last year's incident, right, of bullying. And I did some timeline therapy, and with that we were able to resolve some repressed emotions that went back a while ago, where I was actually connecting the bullying with physical abuse. And so now that's no longer there, and so now I'm not anxious about going back to work. I'm ready. I can go back. I can face it because I know from the learnings I learned what I can do and what I will allow myself to do, as well as I will allow others or not allow them to do. Then it also represents repressed memories for resolution. So it wants to resolve these. It wants to help you get through things. It makes rational and to release those emotions, which is great. It may keep the repressed emotions repressed for protection. So there's some things that may have happened to you, a severe abuse or a trauma or something like that, where it actually has suppressed those memories as well as the emotions to protect you and your psyche. I know that, like, I was sexually abused as a child, and you can see that in a couple of other videos. You'll be able to listen to me say that. And I didn't know that until I was like 38 years old. And I was going through a lot of changes, and it all of a sudden popped up. I had been having night terrors up till that point. My unconscious was helping me to try to release those negative emotions, as well as possibly trying to help me with the memories to be able to release it. But I didn't connect it yet until when I was 38, when it happened, when all of a sudden I realized what had happened, which again, it was helping me by protecting me from those things. It also runs the body. And so if you're breathing right now, which I'm assuming you are because you're watching this video, it is in control of your breathing, in control of your heartbeat, in control of you being able to live, which is great. It also helps you to be comfortable, okay? Then it preserves the body. It maintains the integrity of the body. It's the domain of emotions. So if you're feeling happy, angry, sorry, sorrow, any of emotions, happiness or negative ones, it's where it's coming from is your unconscious mind. Then it's also a highly moral being. So your unconscious mind, if you've been taught certain morals, it will help you to keep those morals and be able to practice them on a daily basis, as well as it will protect you from people trying to get you off the track of morality, amorality, right? And so as a teenager, you want your teenagers to be able to live the morals that you've taught them. And it's the unconscious mind, if it has accepted the morals, that's the other thing too, is that it has to accept the morals. And once it does, then it will help the individual, the teenager or you or whomever it is, to be able to keep those morals. So it's a highly moral being part of you. It also enjoys serving, but it needs clear orders to follow, which means that if you want to do something, you need to say it to your unconscious, and you can say it out loud, you can write it, whatever way you communicate. Your unconscious mind will hear it and see it, but it has to be clear direction. You remember SMART goals? You can look it up, and later on we can talk about SMART goals. Probably tomorrow would be a good time to do that. So tomorrow we'll do SMART goals. But SMART goals are very specific in time and so on and so forth. And that's why SMART goals are so important, because it's when you're working with your unconscious mind that you need to be very specific about what you want. So say, I want to lose weight. That's not very specific. So tomorrow, if I lose one pound, guess what? I've lost weight. So the unconscious says, hey, I'm done. I'm done. That's enough. I've done my job. But specific, a number, a date, a time, and it needs to be very specific for the unconscious mind to help you. But it will help you if you're specific with it, and it wants to help you. It also controls and maintains all perceptions, which is good. Okay, so it's regular as well as telepathic. It receives and transmits perceptions to the conscious mind. So you may be perceiving something. So say you don't trust somebody for some reason. You don't know why you don't trust that person. It's usually the unconscious mind that picks up little things. So if you think somebody's lying to you, you're like, I think they're lying to me, but I don't know why. It's your unconscious mind picking up certain things. It's perceiving certain things, such as maybe somebody blinking too much. That's a sign of deception, as well as looking down a lot. That's a sign of deception. But the conscious mind may not pick it up and may not understand what it's seeing. However, the unconscious mind picks everything up, which is good also. And it's good to trust your unconscious mind when it comes to those things. Unfortunately, often we, as North Americans, do not trust the unconscious mind. And we need to start to do that, because it's kept us alive so far. It's kept us protected. And that's its job. Trust it and listen to it. Okay? Then it also generates, stores, distributes, and transmits energy to the body and to the mind. That's a good thing too. It also maintains instincts and generates habits, good or bad habits, right? Good or bad habits and instincts. And I know that certain people have instinctual habits, or they create the habits, or they have instincts of different things, like the trusting people. Also, it needs repetition until a habit is installed. So it's 21 days to create a habit. It may be more days, depending on whether or not you're congruent with that habit. So if you are not congruent, meaning I want to lose weight. Okay, I want to lose weight to be healthy. The incongruency may be, well, when I was younger, for me, okay, when I was younger, I dealt with anorexia. My unconscious remembers that, okay? So my unconscious helps me to be healthy. I want to be healthy, but I want to lose weight. Okay, so this is what I'm telling my unconscious. I want to lose weight, But the unconscious says, that's not safe. That's not safe. So that's incongruency. Okay. Or what if you say that you want to do your laundry every week on Mondays, but you just don't do it? Or there's something that you're supposed to do, but you just don't do it. And it's because there's incongruency for some reason. Okay. And that may be a negative emotion. It may be because, for example, I was working with somebody that wanted more energy in their life. However, they felt that when they didn't have energy, so we've got two opposing things. One, they wanted energy. However, when they didn't have energy, they felt that they made better decisions. Do you see the incongruency there? And so we had to work through that congruence to make that congruent. And that's something that I work with people too, is I help them become congruent with their goals and the things that they really want to accomplish. Okay. So where are we? Because I've got a list in front of me. Is programmed to continually seek more and more. It wants to learn. It wants to discover. It wants to have adventures in learning. So give your mind something to learn, right? So don't be watching TV every day unless that's what you want your mind to be focusing on, is somebody else's adventure, somebody else's whatever. Run your life. Don't be just like a zombie sleeping through your life. It's the unconscious that helps you, unless you just let the unconscious asleep, which a lot of us are doing that, unfortunately. We go to work, we come home, watch TV, we go to work, come home, watch TV, go to sleep. It's a vicious circle. If you're comfortable with that, that's grand. But you're not going to be able to accomplish your goals that way, because that's not how the unconscious works. Okay, so work with your unconscious. Functions best as a whole integrated unit, but does not need parts to function. That's an interesting too. It's very symbolic, uses and responds to symbols. So your dreams are a great example of symbols. So when you go to sleep and you have a nightmare, or even not a nightmare, but there's symbols to things, it's some way that your unconscious mind is trying to work things. And it's usually during dreams and at night that your unconscious tries to unravel the yarn, the ball of yarn. And it helps you to be able to figure things out, especially if you have a specific goal. That may be during the night that your brain is figuring it out, go, okay, this is how we're going to accomplish the goal. Takes everything personally. This is an important thing. Perception is projection. So be careful what you say about somebody else. So you driving along and you say, that jerk. Guess what? Your unconscious mind just said, that jerk, because perception is perception is projection. And so be careful what you say and think about other people, because the unconscious mind does not understand that you're saying it to somebody else. It takes it personally and thinks you're telling your unconscious mind, yourself, that you're that thing that you just said or thought of that other person. So be careful. Remember also in the scriptures, if you think about the scriptures, what a man thinketh, so is he. Be careful about your thoughts, what you put in and what you put out. Garbage in, garbage out, right? Then it also works on principles of least effort, path of least resistance, meaning if you have a goal to earn $1 million, but if you prefer to watch TV every day, guess what the unconscious mind will be doing? Is creating a habit of watching TV rather than earning $1 million. Do you get it? The least resistant path. And the last thing that the unconscious does is does not process negative directly. Ooh, which means that I have a goal of not eating chocolate. Heck no, that would never be one of my goals. I like chocolate too much. So that's another truth about me. I do like chocolate, but I don't eat it all the time, just to tell you that much. But I do like chocolate. But let me say this. So if you say, I don't want to eat chocolate, guess what the unconscious mind does? It does not perceive negativity, which means that you just told your mind that you want to eat chocolate. So if you want to accomplish a goal, make it positive. I don't want to be overweight. The unconscious mind, what did it just hear? You want to be overweight. So what do you really want? Tell your unconscious mind and your mind what you really want. I want to be healthy. Ba 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 boom. Healthy. Healthy. Another thing too, here's a little brain hack for you. I want to be healthy, but I don't know how to be. So here's a brain hack, because the unconscious mind is looking for direction, right? It also wants to solve puzzles. It wants to solve things and have activity. So instead, you can say, how am I healthy? The brain starts tick, 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 tick. Unconscious mind goes, how am I healthy? Oh. How is she healthy? What is she doing that's healthy? Oh, she eats her vegetables. She eats her fruits. She's a little less carbs, right? A little less fats. She's healthy. This is how she's healthy. The unconscious mind answers questions and solves puzzles and riddles. So ask it. Ask it. How am I healthy? How am I beautiful? How am I, whatever, how am I smart? How do I pass this test? How do I accomplish this goal? The unconscious mind will do it for you. Isn't that awesome? The unconscious mind has such power. Use it. Learn to trust it. It's gotten you by this far, and it will continue to do so. Those are my dogs in the background. Ignore them. They're okay. Obviously, the castle is under attack, and they are our sentinels protecting us. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this tonight. If you want to learn more about your unconscious mind or how it can work better for you, or if you have a goal that you want to accomplish, talk to this girl right here, because guess what? I know how to help you, because I have the experience for myself, as well as I've worked with other people just like you. Okay, so I look forward to hearing from you. Drop a line below or drop it up in a private message telling me that you'd like to work with something, on something, and I'd gladly work with you. So looking forward to speaking with you and working with you. Talk to you later. Have a great night. Bye.